welcome back to the channel. My name is Luis. This is Green Zebra Gardening. Today, it's not going to be a tour day. Today it's going to be a clean up, organize, and possibly harvest day or video. I thought about splitting them into two different videos. I might do that. So, depending on how you want to look at it, best case, worst case scenario, this is going to be either one or two videos. The last one I know you saw was the pea planting video. I hate to break your hearts, but the peas didn't quite make it. They never came up. It was really too hot. I didn't get out there enough to water them. I didn't even mulch them, so sorry. Although it has been kind of cool the last few days, the last like day or two. Today it's actually been, I think, mid-70s, so it's not terrible. But usually the end of September is usually pretty bad. Anyways, I gotta get in here. I'll show you what I'm doing. But let me go ahead and start on the other end of the garden because I kind of started that earlier today. That's what got me on this kick. Part of the reason. And let's go. Alright, so this was ridiculously overgrown. I thought I was going to have to bring out the string trimmer over here, but I didn't. I was out here earlier to check on something and I just started. Oh, that's what it was. I got my phone camera fixed and so I wanted to come take pictures, and so then I saw the grass here had gotten ridiculously bad. If you guys saw my mulching video, I basically just mulched this whole garden with probably 3 to 4 inches, and so I was kind of annoyed I hadn't done anything with it. But then I started pulling the grass, and because there's so much mulch down, this stuff is literally just coming out by the roots. So, you know, I got the pulling, and on my lunch break, since I work from home today, I got all this cleaned out. I hadn't gotten this quite far, or this far quite yet, but I wanted just to at least get them away from the bed. So basically, I just pulled all these out, shake them off, put them in the pile. I did a majority of it, so I don't know how much I'm going to be able to show you here. So the whole thing just comes out with root and all, and that just gets dumped over on that pile. Let's see how if I can show you here. See, as it pulls up some of the mulch, just shake it, drop it over there. See, just shake out the mulch falls down, and we get an area. Actually, there's a brick in here, so that might have been why that section was easy, but I swear most of it is like that. Let's get that out of the way. So what I'm going to do is I'm then going to take, there we go, much better. I'm going to take all this grass, dump it right into the compost bin. I just dumped out the compost bucket from the kitchen in there. This is going to go on top. I believe I still have some spent substrate bricks from Long Beach mushrooms. I'm going to throw that in there too. Although I think those are pretty rock hard right now because they're dry, and so I don't know how much I can break them down. We'll see. And I think this is mainly, I'm finding bricks in here, so finding that this might be easier, one because of the bricks, but two because there was so much mulch that this stuff is just coming out pretty easily. Alright, so let's set you guys up on a time lapse, and then we'll go from there. Alright, so I didn't get out every last piece in this area, but I got out a good majority of it, a large amount of it. So some of it went in there, most of it went in there, but I'm very happy to at least get the space back. I haven't made it down there yet, but we're doing a space at a time. So I'm going to work my way from back here, straight to the front. So my next step is to harvest a ton of peppers I may cut some of these back. Yeah, they've got about a month left. Check out the ladybug. They've got about a month left, maybe less. But I think I'm gonna trim back the sweet potato vine over here a little. Discover I can see a green pepper hiding in there. Trim some of these back. And if we don't get any more of these, I'm okay with it, just because we've gotten so many. The banana is cool, nothing going on back there. This one popped up. I think it's one of the ones I transplanted in. And I think I see a tomato in there that's ready. I might leave this section alone and then just trim the bottom. But let's keep going. For now, we're gonna start harvesting over here. Alright, so that is the stuff that wouldn't fit in there. I guess I can put it in there and slam it in there. That's ultimately going to go in there. This is the stuff that's going into the garbage, because this is really diseased stuff that came out of here and got clipped off that tomato over there. I basically went ahead and picked up all the sweet potato vines up off the walkways, put them on top. And this is actually kind of cool. You can actually see where the vine was touching the ground, because it was going to send down roots. I don't need to send down roots down there. I trimmed this guy back, not too heavily, but I tried to get everything off. There's maybe 4 or 5 blossoms on there still, and a couple tiny fruit that I'm going to let get bigger. Like there's one of them there. This is going to go right into the trash. I found some more pepper plants down in here. And I missed a decent sized bell pepper down here. Hold on. There's 2 pepper plants over here on the end. I think this is buckwheat. I think this is the pink one actually from Baker Creek that they sold as new seed for them, new variety for them a few years ago. Probably longer than that, before pandemic. They're doing really well. It was older seed. I didn't think it was going to do all this well. I've grown buckwheat before in one of these beds. Granted, I think they were a little more crowded, and so they didn't do so well. So this I'm going to leave. There's some zinnias in there I'm leaving. It's just so pretty. But overall, basically from the grass here that way, I think we're doing pretty well. This is stuff that just needs to go into the closest bin this way, because that needs to be tossed out. I didn't clean up all the tomatoes in there, but I clipped off the ones that definitely looked like they needed to. There's a few more that I know, probably more than a few more that I know that can be taken off. I'm gonna leave those tomatoes. I might come back later and just trim off the blossoms, just so the tomatoes that are in there that I've already sat don't that they actually can ripen. Out this guy. This one doesn't have much. Oh, I put beets and radishes in here, so it looks like the radishes have come up, but not the beets. I gotta move on to this bed. Basically the grass that way. But let me show you what I've got harvested so far. We've got probably Hungarian wax for sweet bananas. Pippin's golden yellow honey. Yes, they're not fully ripe. That's why they're so purple. And this is I can't think of the name. Violet Sparkle. These are seeds that came from Carmel Bella Farm. Lisa, love you. But this specific plant itself came from a friend. I want to say Mari, and it's pretty close to me. She grew some, and since I know how good the peppers are, I swapped them out for some because I know I didn't have any. But she only had one plant. I would grab more from her if she had offered. Anyway, some beautiful tomatoes, some cinder bells, very colorful basket. So I'm going to set you guys up on the tripod again, on time lapse rather. Start going through, do the same thing, and I think we're going to start harvesting here from the corbachis, and then probably stop again when we finish this section out, because I don't know how good or bad this is. The tree is a citrus tree. It's looking pretty good. I do have citrus what do you call it, fruit, citrus food fertilizer, so I will go ahead and probably feed it. So let's go. Alright, so cleaned up a good portion of it. Don't know how much you guys actually saw because I think I was there. I tried to get the whole thing. If not, basically this had a lot more grass. So now it's got less. Picked up some corbachi peppers from these two plants. I think there's a few more on that, not corbachi, but a different pepper on the end of there. So the next one is going to be basically from here down. So we've done 4 beds, so half the garden. So 1, 2, 3. Well, actually, on the other side of this is the other one, the sweet potatoes and whatnot. That's where we started, and you can actually see it there, and the banana trees. Anyway, I'm gonna set you guys probably hanging on this tree and shooting down. Although over here, and I got a clip back there. Got a ton of peppers to pick here. I gotta clip some of this back. There's a pepper trying to save itself, running for dear life. Tons of ají dulce peppers over here. Oh, and the papayas are coming through. So we have 1 papaya tree, 2 papaya trees, and then there's more peppers on the end, more peppers on that little bucket over there. So the papaya trees, I don't know if I've mentioned this in a video. From the old garden at the old house, I had some papaya trees. I go over there and I pick a few every now and then. I bring them home to mom. Mom eats them, all the seeds and the peels and whatnot, whatever she does, and he goes into the compost. Compost then goes from the bin down there into the garden beds. So I've got 2 here. I had 2 or 3 more in the end of the bed right before the banana tree down there, the big banana tree. But because there was just so much stuff growing there, I pulled them. So what I might actually do, because this bed always grows the most random shit, is I might actually leave the papaya tree there, and then there's another one in here. So I might leave those 2 there. I'm not quite sure yet. But we shall see. That one is already pretty decent size. I might try the freaking sweet potato is just gone all over the damn place that I don't know what the heck I'm gonna do with it anymore. Oh, and there's a giant thing in there, eggplant. So let's get this half of this thing started. I don't know how long this video is, but you know what, let's end it here for now on this one. And then so part 1 is going to be that's half of the garden, part 2 is going to be this half of the garden. For this half of the garden I will show you what I've got harvested so far. Hopefully this will be full by the time I get to the other end, of the garden. But for now, I'm gonna close this one out here. Hi guys, thank you for joining me today. I'm gonna keep working. I'm gonna shoot part 2 for the other side. This is part 1. Go ahead and hit the bell notification. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up. Questions, comments, constructive criticism, concerns, whatever, down in the comments. That's really gonna be it. Catch you guys on the next one. Peace.